Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Morning, morning. Mark, can you hear me? Audio check, audio check. All good? Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, let's get this party started. Let's get this party started. All right, let's take a quick look at the main indices, and then we'll and some commodities, and we'll go from there into the rest of the instruments. Okay, so we are looking at crude oil. So in crude oil, the 90 level was a critical overnight in order for the shorts to continue their move lower, and that shifted around that 90. We consolidated and rallied back up, came back and retested one more time. Then we hit target number one and target number two at 92.11. Pullbacks are viable in that instrument against a couple of places. One is 90.69, second one is 89.68, and you need to protect the 89.50 and 89 in that range. uh, as long as we have an actually one candle reversal, meaning if this instrument retraces to the 90.73 or a little bit lower, then reverse, then that could set us up for a continuation trade into target number three, which is 93.66. So pullbacks are viable. You got multiple rotations right here where the market is holding uh, the lows, making lows and making higher lows in that rotation. Ultimately, you're really going to have to break that level here, which is 96.61. So the odds are we're going to get a bit of a pullback here early on, and we're going to see the quality of that pullback and how well it's holding up in order for us to participate. Russell 2000. So the indices are all have the same, pretty much the same kind of look to them. Uh, However, NQ is weaker than the rest. In Russell 2000, you are getting a pullback, not much rotations during Globex, but a pullback, and we're trading under Globex, which is 1943.5. Uh, the longs have an opportunity at the open to reverse this and challenge Globex and move to target number three. If they fail to do that, and that's the part we have to wait for in the morning, then I'm going to look for the 1925. If we break the 1925, at that point there is a case for us to start looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity, because at that point you are breaking the channel and also you're breaking the cloud, and the odds are you're shifting the clouds as well. So this is going to be important for us to see as the day progress today. Good morning, Oswald. Good morning, good morning. And moving on to gold. We've been talking about gold for some time. 1717 was a critical level that we broke, and once we did, the market has been on a trajectory higher. We made a low and a higher low right here, and we're heading toward target number two, which is 1822.6. Target number three is going to be 1839.6, and those targets are coming up. uh, as far as any pullbacks is viable against Globex and against the 1798, and ultimately the entry point of this rotation, which is 1788.61. We hold on to that level, then pullbacks are buyable toward target number 2, then a base here can lead us to target number 3, and then we'll start looking for what the market is doing at that time. It's fairly clear what they're doing in gold. It's just they're simply walking that higher. So let's move on from there to ES. Okay, so ES, like Russell 2000, we're trading under Globex 4148.5. The longs need to reverse the price and get to that level and try to push toward target number 1. Failure to do that and a break below 4108.75 will break the whole structure in this market. So those two levels right now are going to be very critical, and the open today is going to be very critical. If we show weakness that gets us to 4108, then we're going to start looking for rallies as a shorting opportunity. Okay, let's take a look at the daily and how the daily is looking. Let me just move this thing away here. All right, I mean, on a daily perspective, good morning, Ken. Daily perspective, it's a topping formation. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 times we hit these higher levels and we pulled back. So it tells you that overall the market is getting a little bit tired. Okay, and you got target number 1 that we need to test. I mean, that's just kind of looking at the overall structure. And the market really truly shifted right here at 721 at 12,476. Okay. Good morning, John. Good morning, Sheila. Good morning, Ken. Crude oil. Okay, here we go. That the bounce that we were talking about, and that 90 level that was critical. We're going to be heading toward a bit of a rally to 94.64 potentially. Gold breaking the top end of the cloud. That's a positive behavior of the 1717 consolidation and break. Russell 2000. Actually, looking at this is a lot stronger than NQ for sure. And we could see how on the 719 the market broke that channel and started this wave of buying interest. So that's us looking at the daily and looking at the Rinko bars for the intraday moves for these instruments. And now let's take a look at crude NQ. So NQ weaker. Globex is 13,206 and a quarter. You have the bottom end of the Globex band at 156. And ultimately, the market is in sync on the short side right now. And we have a 156. If the market breaks, gets to that level and holds it, then we have a good shot at rallying back up to Globex. The odds are here. I definitely want to be patient the first 15, 20 minutes of market price action, because I want to see if buyers can step in and the quality of the buyers that are coming in. Okay. So with that, let's get going here. Good luck, everybody. So they're putting another rotation and another harmony wave right off the bat, short. Double live stream. What are you talking about, double live stream? All right, so here we go. We got that push. All right, so the market bounced back up here and then sold off. Again, that first half an hour, I'm going to be patient and just going to wait for a better understanding of what the market is doing. It looks like the shorts are holding on to this narrative of selling pressure at the open. The 200 and the 100 are in sync. Target number 2 got hit. ES, selling pressure coming in. We have a trend harmony wave started in and around that 131 level. Good morning, Israr. Target number 3 in this rotation is 32. Good morning, Adnan. How are you? I'll take a look at that, Oswald, in a minute here. Thank you. All right, more pressure, more pressure. Another wave here. Okay. So now we're getting a little bit of back and fill. They may be pausing this thing, so we need to be kind of careful. Ultimately, if they break the 80, that will lead to the market being disconnected between or out of harmony between the 200 and the 100. into your income. Yeah, they're pausing it so far, but just rallied the market a little bit. We want to see the longs are not very convincing this morning, and that's what I'm watching for. I mean, they keep coming in here and just fading and failing, and that is a kind of negative behavior. When if they start breaking that 80, then that is a pause in price action, but not seeing that right now. Gonna just put an order out there, see if my orders are posting accurately, and they are. So we're good. So see that? And now they put on another wave short, Harmony wave short. Good morning, Adam. How are you, sir? Oh, wow. That's a double captain setup right here. Let me see if I can get in. No, okay. I'm seeing the price action pausing, then moving. So I don't know if everybody else is experiencing that same thing or not. Just make sure your quotes are accurate. It's interesting how the price is moving today. So the expectation is to get a push lower here. Hmm. And look, that reversal here is important. Okay. There's nothing to do, Adam. I'm not sure why you jump in this market right now. Give it some time. Give it some time. Learn the personality of the day. Like right now, they're just rotating lower. and they're doing it in a slow, methodical way. So if I have to pick a side, I would be picking the short side, and I will be trading in a range in that area. And the best part right now is to really truly just sit here and watch the price action and learn the personality. Good morning, Brad. All right, I get it. 82, 82. Let them get to 82, and that will disconnect the market. So here you go. And that tells me that the market is out of sync and out of harmony. And that leads us to uh, couple of scenarios. Scenario number one is for the market to go back down to 42 half. If they do that, then that gets the market back in sync on the short side. If even if they do that, any shorts that I do here are going to be a scalping shorts, not a big swing, because we already extended ourselves during low backs a significant number of candles. I think 2, 4, 5 candles. So I wouldn't be interested in getting aggressively short at these lows anyway. Okay. Now another scenario would be the market going to 131 half, and that will close the 200 NT Winko. So the market will be in sync on the long side. Okay. And there you may get a run up to 61 or 206, but we have to look at it then and see the quality of the signals that are generated. Anything in between those two levels, I'm a patient man. I'm simply going to be a patient man. Good morning, Samir. How are you? Uh, we're starting our day, Samir, and no trades so far for the day. We're just watching it. You took a long on that? Yeah. Well, I mean, there was the market definitely paused right here, and when we saw those two double captain setups, really any break above that level of 55 is going to trigger a little bit of buying interest. As far as economic news for today, we don't see anything that is pending. Good morning, Digitron. How are you? Nothing, no trades for me, John. Nothing for me yet. I am going to be patient today and kind of learn the price action for the first half an hour, and then start looking for entries on signals. So what I mean, just from looking at what they're doing right now, what are we seeing? I'm seeing weakness, in this market overall. Because typically, after making this much of a move lower, and during glowbacks, you typically see a more robust rally back up. But again, it's early in the morning and the market is out of sync. It's out of harmony. So I'm not willing to take a short. I'm not willing to take a long. I am willing to wait and let the market get to a point where there is momentum. You're asking me, Digitron, is it allowed to say when long or short? Like if you went short or you went long, is it allowed? Yeah, it's free country, man. It's free country and you can say anything you want to. Okay, here we go. See how that burst came in quick. So now the market is back in sync on the short side. That's good to see. And all of it happened like fairly quickly, like one quick burst. So any shorts here have a stop of 80, and you're looking for uh, target number two, which is 33 and a half, which we're about to get there in 2 seconds. And then you got target number three in this rotation. What did I just say here? Target number two was 33 and a half. Target number three is 13 and a half. ES generated a harmony wave in and around that 32 and pushing lower to target number two. Target number three is 41.20. We're seeing sell off in Russell and obviously ES. Gold is continuing to move higher. Crude oil continuing stabilizing around the 91.77 level. Yeah. That's exactly what that one is. Obviously, it's fairly extended, but whenever you have them right here, they tend to be a solid move. And the one that was a good one to get into is that one right here, that switch trade right here. You got 35 points off of that one. Good for you, Adam. It just moved too quick. He must have marketed in. Yeah, to me, I was like, all right, I gotta leave that one alone. Target number three is 13 and a half, and we're coming up on that level here in a moment. Then from that point on, the odds are they're going to hit these levels here in and around that whole number and bounce it right back up. They're going to bounce it and consolidate here. Then we're going to look and see if we're going to get uh, another rotation to target number 4. Here we go. We're coming up to that whole number 13. You jumped in. Yeah, that's the way to go on those. I kind of committed early on to just be patient that first half an hour. So we're coming up on that half an hour. Here you go. You got to bounce, right? It's not like we haven't seen this game before. Where's Globex? 206 and a quarter. So you see at the bottom of my screen right here, it's going to tell you where Globex is at, 13,206 and a quarter. If you really want to see a switch trade, Adnan, take a look here. That's the switch trade you want to get involved into. That's a beauty. Getting also a bit of a sell-off in Bitcoin overnight. Good morning, Yanis. How are you? There you go. They sold it off all through target 1 through 3. Bounces are shortable. Target number 4 is 22,613. Yes, that was on the 50. Yeah, keep that 50 up there, Adnan. That one is, you get some good signals off of it. They're putting another captain set up short right here, right on the whole number. Not too excited about that one. It's 9 o'clock. The expectation here is to see a bit of a bounce, but we are at a whole number. Here you go. There you go. So let's see how they want to do this run up to 11 or 15. See if they do that or not. No. Okay. Boy. Oh yeah, they're locking the short side here. they're liking the short. They put another captain setup, or it's the same captain setup, but they did two more rotations within it and flushed it. So far the longs who got long at the open or close to the open on rallies are getting rolled over in this market. I'm having a feeling that that's the case, Yanis. What's the price right now? Okay. Okay. Thank you, Yanis. Appreciate it, man. Okay. I think we're all in sync right now. Zoom is 1 second behind, and YouTube is like 20 seconds behind. So that's all right. Okay, my orders are going out just fine. Good morning, Daytona. Nice little push down also on Russell 2000 if you're paying attention to that instrument. We had a switch trade, a new harmony wave short, and the market just reacted very well to that short. Gold still firm here. Pullbacks are buyable. You got ES sold off against Globax. And then you got the daily. We're coming into target number one on NQ, by the way. That would be 948. I mean, we're not too far away from it, and that should lead to a pause in price action. Russell 2000, yeah, I mean, maybe today is the day. Maybe today is the day. This market is short right now, CBD. Market is in harmony on the short side right now, and it's been that way pretty much since the open. We had that one blip where the market paused and came in at 43 and got back in sync. And then we got this wave of selling pressure, and now we're getting a second wave of that selling pressure. So no reason for us to go long whatsoever in this market right now. At no point did the market was in sync on the long side. It was a pause, then resumption of the short. And these rotations are fairly, I mean, you got a switch trade here, captain setup that failed into a short, another captain setup short here. Then you got another harmony wave right here. So it's just everything within the structure of this market is telling me get short, be short, stay short. Yeah, no, see that captain setup or potential captain setup long on the 50 NT Renko just did not materialize. So nothing here. Just if you're short, stay short. Look for bigger targets. Simple as that. This is the kind of environment where it's quite obvious it's big moves, sustainable moves, and those are the kind of moves that grinds the longs down here. So target number 2 in this rotation is 12,890. Target number 3 is 12,724. I can't imagine they would not pause it and reverse it and play games on our way to target number 3. But we've seen price actions similar to this where 16 candles in a row in one swoop. So if they even do that part, so that's 8, that's another 7 candles. That's going to take you to target number 2 and potentially 12,800. Shorts are in control. Market has to hold on to 17, and we're seeing a retest of that 13,000. So and we already hit target number 3 on the 100 NT wrinkle. So what it looks like, they're going to pause it here, or they're looking to pause it here. That doesn't mean I go long. It just, I need to be, I need to pocket my profit on the shorts. So we may see 310 here, or 13,010 in a few seconds here. Yep. Here you go. Let's see. Let's see. I mean, you got to break that 13,000. They could put a cap and set up short right here. Here you go. They did. All right. Let's see how they're going to flush that and to what extent. Yeah, see, as long as the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the short side, I'm looking for the shorts. I'm not looking for the longs. So target number 1. Yeah, you got, oh, here we go. Look at that little tricky behavior right here. Yeah, here it comes. Here it comes. Here comes that 10. Yeah, we should get to that 10. That was a, here it goes. All right, so they're putting a little bit of price stability here. We could see a bit of that, a little bit of shifting going on. 18, you hit 18, then the market is out of sync on the short side. Hey Ken, how are we doing today? So here you go. So the market is completely out of sync right now between the 200 and the 100. A couple of things need to happen. One of them is either we break down below 980 and that will resumes the short, or we start running up uh, into 54. If we get to 54, then that will put a pause on the short interest, and pullbacks can be buyable in a pocket of that could take us 1 to 2 candles upward. Then potentially we could look for reversal patterns down short. So, so scenario number one, scenario number two, anything in between, uh, I'm gonna just kind of leave it alone. Yeah, I was waiting on this dude. Let's get rid of him here. We had that discussion yesterday, Digitron. We're not looking for love around here. We're looking for money. You get your money, then you go running around looking for love after that one. More money, more money. All right. So what are we doing here? I'm just. I guess today is a day where I demonstrate patience. Okay, good job, Ken. Yeah, stay with the micro, man. Good work. All right, so they're putting another captain setup here and pushing a couple of candles in. So you could tell that they're playing around the whole number. Hey, Samuel. I'm flat for the day. Did not put on any trades so far. No trades for me so far. Kind of spent a little bit of time just understanding what's going on in the market. I mean, it was clear to me, uh, the shorts are in charge early on. It just I'm look. I noticed something about myself from yesterday's trading that I was a bit eager to just jump in, and I want to make sure that that eagerness is gone before I put on any trades in this market. Let's just focus on what's going on right in front of us. Crude oil is still holding up the line. Russell 2000 is like ES. They're kind of selling off overall, or been selling off. Gold holding up the line around that 1213. ES, we selling off under Globex, which is 41.48 and a half. And pretty much we're stabilizing here a little bit. And where do we see the stability is in a couple of places. You see this captain set up short, moved lower. Captain set up short that got run over. Captain set up long, produced. Captain set up long, produced. So now you're in a rotation where you have multiple uh, sell signals getting run over and a couple of buy signals that are holding the line in and around the whole number. All that tells me what? Tells me that the market is pausing, it's consolidating, it's building stops on both sides of the market. That's what it's doing. How do we treat this? I want the market to be back in sync in order for me to do anything. And that would be in two places. Either you break 981 and then we'll start looking for the shorts again, or you run up to 55 and that will set us up for potential pullbacks as a buying opportunity. Anything in between those two levels, I am making a choice not to put on a trade and not to take a scalp. Yeah, so see, they're putting a switch trade right here. So the expectation is to see a run up to 30 right now. From 16 to 30, yep. We should get there. Close enough. Okay, here you go. Here you go. So now you add to it this captain set up short that actually moved almost 8 points, and then the market reversed. Okay, that's great. That is great. Good morning, Mahbub. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. All right, we're getting very close to that 54 level, and that will get the market in sync on the long side as a counter trend, meaning we're just building a pocket where some buyers can start stepping in. Ultimately, the overall structure right now is a short structure. So, any longs that I will take are typically going to be more of a scalping type. Yeah, I may need to look into it, Digitron. Yeah, because I have no time to spend really dealing with somebody like that right now. I mean, you're typically focused on trading. You don't have time to keep blocking people. So we're waiting for that 54. Let them get there. If the market closes before getting to 50 war, we close at 07. Then that will get us back in sync on the short side, and we just kind of have to look at a scalp to the short side at that point. So either we break to 07 or we break to 54. One of those two things need to happen before I make a decision. Anything in between, I am patient. Okay, yeah, it's slower. It is getting a bit slower here. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna bounce it, to be honest with you, but let's see. Let them make that decision. Then we'll participate. So now you could see that they're making a harmony wave right here, long. Ultimately, you got to break that 45. I mean, ultimately, if I want to go short again, I have to see that the market is resuming, basically being in harmony on the 200 and the 100. On the 200 is short, on the 100 you have a candle, the prior candle is long. So that disconnect between both of them tells me that I need to be patient and wait for the oh 07 to show up. If it doesn't, then the odds are 54 is going to show up. And that's going to change the dynamics of the market if the 54 shows up. So it's just one of those spots where you're not quite short, you're not quite long, and you need more information. I mean, we got so close, but we did not close that candle. This motherfucker. It's gonna be an all day thing with this guy. Here you go. Okay, so now what's the plan? Plan is to get a new harmony wave. Basically, this one needs to disconnect, then we reconnect a new one. Once that happens, I can take a scalp to the long side. So, I mean, we're seeing a bit of a pullback here. Ultimately, the market needs to produce another um, harmony wave to the upside, and they're not. They're actually doing one to the short side here. So we're not going to be engaged in trying to get long till that happens, and we'll see. I mean, if they want, they can put a captain setup long, then start digging into this area, then come back and put on uh, a harmony wave up between that 45 and 50 around target number one. If that happens, then yeah, we will play. Good morning, Mario. Here we go. Yeah, we're seeing the 200 and the 100 out of sync now. So the market has to go all the way back up to 56. It's a proprietary algorithm that generates signals, and we follow the signals manually. Looks like they're going to put a switch trade right here, meaning that they are reversing this candle, and that will lead to a potential push toward target number 2 at 890. So right here, when the market hit that 54.55 and pulled back, we're looking for another harmony wave to be up in that 45.50, and the market did the exact opposite and reversed right here. So that tells me that automatically that the long is not what I want to do, and in order for me to go short, I need them to close below 982. We're not too far away. Yeah, take a look, Mario. That's our website. It has information there for you. Okay, so far I don't have any trades in the market right now. I'm just kind of patiently waiting and reading this behavior. I have not executed any trades today, but there is plenty of signals that was generated by the system. I mean, I could go through them right now, but I mean, that's just one of them. Second one, third one on the short side. A continuation trade right there, short at that level. So there's plenty. Thank you, Mario. Appreciate it. I do appreciate it. All right. Thank you, John. See you tomorrow. Let's see how they react to that 13,010. I mean, they came very close to the 82 and just bounced right back up. So that's going to be critical. So far for me, I am flat and have not put on any trades. Interesting how close we got to the 82 and just reversed. And if that holds, that's gonna set the stage for a nice run up to 13,100. If that holds and we don't come to revisit the 90s, you better believe it. They're showing a little bit of strength here. Yeah, this is a big deal. What you're seeing right now is a big deal. here. It's okay. So see, you see this rotation? The market got back in sync right here at 32, and we're looking for a pullback. Oh yeah. We're just now looking for pullbacks. We're looking for pullbacks, and we're looking for a new harmony wave to show up, and we'll go in at a signal right at the beginning of it. I mean, look at this stuff. 60. I don't know why the quotes are so delayed here. That's okay, Digitron. The key here is to recognize it on a consistent basis. Let me just tell you something. It's just very important not to kind of get ahead of a signal. Because if you don't have a signal and you're trying to get ahead of it, then what do you truly have? You have nothing. You just have a hope of a signal, and a hope of a signal is not a trade. So when we're seeing here and we're saying, okay, in order for us to get short, we need to get to the 82. We get to 83.75, right? Well, what is that telling me? I'm ahead of the signal, and look what they do. I mean, they're literally to a tick, almost like a point away from closing that behavior, and then they flush everybody out. So then, in essence, they trapped everybody that tried to short into a resumption of and a continuation of this move lower. And how do I not get trapped into that behavior? Two ways. First, I'm waiting for the 82. The 82 never happened. So right there, I'm safe. Two is, even if we get to 82, that is not the trade. The trade is to see a rally and then a new harmony wave. Didn't happen. So what do? I sit there. Now, the minute the market went to 31, 32, I have an opportunity to go long at a continuation trigger trade at 36 and a quarter if I made a choice to take it. And that is a signal. And that takes us from target one to target number two. I was looking for a deeper pullback. That's fine, but I'm not on the wrong side of the market as the market bounces. I'm not getting short when it's not quite ready for a short. I know, Frida, Globex is still downward, but we have to also recognize that the market potentially could have been exhausted itself on the short side, and we are in a pocket where the market is counter trending, and that pocket can take us from where we at to 13,150 before the shorts come back in rotation. That's the truth right there. You have to recognize the crazy bounce, and yeah, I mean they'll. I mean, I could show you. Look at that. I mean, just an example. Look at this. Market goes right here, short, and gives you a pocket of from 872 all the way to 743, 150 points, and you're still trending higher. But I mean, if you got to recognize that we are in that pocket, and when is that pocket is over? At 818, it's over from selling. Now you have a potential for a bounce. Even that did not hold for too long, and the market gives you another pocket of selling interest, then reverses. So you gotta see these pockets, and you have two options: either you stay on the sideline, or look for entry points and scalp them on the way up till they're done, and then turn into the short part of the market. again. But you gotta recognize what they're trying to do. All right, so right here, they just put a captain setup short on the 50 NT Rinko. They just literally did that. And they have a captain setup short right here. So what is that going to do? Let me see if we can get involved in that. I mean, this trade has the potential of getting from 45 where we at to 30. I just need an actual entry. Stop is at 65. So the 200 and 100 are in sync on the long side, and I just have a formation on the 50 NT Rinko that is a solid formation. To go short, I'll scalp it. I mean, I'm not going to do it with a big amount of contracts. I'll do it with 1, 2. I need to see the cloud shift negative, and I need to see this type of behavior where we're getting a switch trade or a inception trade or a captain setup short. Something needs to happen here in this zone that tells me, okay, you have a signal on the 50, now you have a signal on the 20, and things are going to give me at least 10, 15 points in that direction. So I'm going to pause and let the market just kind of do its thing. Go from there. All right, so that's what we're going to be waiting for here. Waiting for the cloud to shift negative and or, I mean, here we go. I mean, if they close this candle, what the hell's going on here? It's going to put a stop, break even stop, and it's either going to run in my direction to that 30 or it's going to come back and take me out. It's one of those two things going to happen. Okay, I'll take it right here. That's the trade of the day, I guess. It has potential to shoot down a little bit. I mean, that's what I had to do. It's just based on that captain setup on the 50 short on the 50 NT wrinkle. I just kind of had to. So that decision just made us 220 on one contract. I'll take it. Signal is captain set up short on the 50 NT wrinkle into the middle of the range. Wouldn't stick around too long in that trade due to the fact that the 200 and the 100 are actually long. So that had to be a scalp for me. Good question, Ken. The 330 is the middle of the range of this rotation. So typically, a reversion to the mean type of trade will, the market expands away from the mean average, then collapses right into it. So the anticipation to the 330 is that idea that we expanded in this captain setup up, then we put the behavior. Now we're collapsing into the middle of the range. Now this is pausing here and it could go lower, but that would be just simply a target for me. Now that's the main idea. Now you also can see that the market just gave us target number one on the 20 NT wrinkle. So automatically that is also a target for me. Yeah. So Ken, well, share with us why you're winning today. We're all interested in knowing why. Well, tell that to the group, not just me. Maybe somebody need to see this and learn from it. So we got a captain set up short. Then we had a one candle reversal. See that 30? How they come to that middle of the range, pause it, reverse it, play these kind of games. Now, if we can get this candle to close lower, back to 30, that'll be a significant behavior. That would be a captain setup, switch trade short, and that is a signal to go short. Target would be 20 to the whole number at that point. But again, I'm dealing with a market that is the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the long side. So I would have to wait for this to close, look for a rally, get short. My stop would be the high of this candle, and then look for that 20 and that whole number. You got to get there. You cannot get close to it and bounce. So you have to get there. So no signal, no trade. That's all I'm gonna give it right here. It's either gonna happen and crash below 30, or it's gonna come back and stop me for break even at 44 half. It's one of those two things gonna happen. Because we shouldn't be spending a lot of time with this kind of captain set up to the middle of the range behavior. So I took one short, added to it, and added to it within this range, and now it's a function of either it's break that 30 and we got something going on, or stop me for break even, and I'm okay either way. So where's the target? 20, 20, 10, and a whole number. I mean, we got that target number 2 at 22. That's another area. I think we're gonna get a bit of a flush here. Thank you. Thank you. And now the key is to be diligent with. Thank you. I'm gonna tighten up my stop. We should get to target number. I mean, I'm not gonna get too greedy. Come on now. 20, and let's see if we can get the 11. It's pausing here, so I mean I could take it right here, but we'll give it a moment. Out. See, that's how that one is done. So we made about 550 on that one contract, and we're up 683 on that rotation. So what is the key? I mean, whenever you get a captain setup switch trade, I mean, you got to get in. You got to get in there. Those are high probability events. Are very high probability events. Now, yeah, Yanis, that rotation, that captain setup is what got you on that one. You kind of had to give it a little bit more room, and the stop, really the true stop to that rotation, is that 50, and that would have gave you enough flexibility to stick around in that trade. At the 50. So ES, the big picture in ES, it's bouncing back, just like NQ is doing right now. But ultimately, what you saw here is one rotation, and the harmony wave. Let me enlarge this. So you got a small quick rotation to the downside to hit target number two, and they're bouncing back. When you look at the big picture of ES, the the buy pocket that we saw in NQ is a little bit more obvious than ES. Right now, you really truly need to break above 41.36 and a half in order for us to even contemplate going long in ES. Anything short of that behavior, I'm waiting for more information from the short side. So it's one of those places where if I didn't have that captain setup switch trade on NASDAQ, I would not have played around with NASDAQ at all. I would have been on the sideline waiting for more information. You're not have that clear behavior uh, from ES. So a run up to 41.36 is something that I would consider as actionable at that point. So we hit a target, and right when we hit it, pretty much the market bounced right back. But don't and if you're looking at the 200 and the 100 on NQ, they're out of sync. So the market is long on the 200 and short on the 100. So that out of sync behavior gives you a pause. We had a captain setup switch trade on the 50 NT Rinko. So now what is that going to do for us? I mean, we saw that initial behavior, and if we close below that 20, most likely we're going to flush into the 10 and the 13,000 whole number. I'm not going to play that game though. I want that first reaction of the captain setup, and the first reaction of the captain setup switch trade. I'll play that game, but this is not an environment where I need to kind of look for a follow through. Now, if the market gets all the way back down to 82, then that will change the personality of the market in a way that I can hold on a little bit longer in those trades. But those are the decisions we made so far. 683. I'll take it. Yes, Adnan. Adnan. Yes, yes, yes. That was the game on that one. All right, guys. So since the beginning of the month, we're almost done for the morning session here. This is what we're seeing. First through the 9th, we had 1800, 1900, 2 grand, 3100, 200. Yesterday, we gave them back 13, and today we're back with 683. So that's how. So we're up so far for the month 86.15. Okay, so on streams, if you saw benefits in what you saw today, subscribe, share, comment, let us know how we're doing. And I left a link here if you want to join us for a free trial that includes a software trial. You got the link to join. And we will see you tomorrow, bright and early, and we will do this again. Okay? Precision is a decision, and we will see you on the next one.